The worst smell I have ever smelled in my life. Hi, welcome back to Bowl with Nicole. So today is another story time. It is stupid things I did as a kid because there are quite a few things I did that were stupid kid things. So the first thing I can remember is one time I was like 8 or 9, maybe a little bit older. I woke up one day and I was like, shoot, I'm gonna make a cake. Without any prior knowledge of baking or anything like that. I had the basic idea of ingredients in my head, but I didn't know exactly how to combine that. I climbed myself up and got into the cupboards and got flour, got an egg or two, vanilla and sugar. And I grabbed a bowl and a spoon, mixed that all together. Not very well, it's pretty chunky if I remember correctly. I thought that a microwave was the same as an oven and I decided to try to bake it in the microwave. And after a while, it was starting to kind of rise. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be good. It's in the morning, nobody's awake, not even my parents are awake. And then it starts to smell like the worst smell I have ever smelled in my life. And then my mom comes out of her bedroom. She said, later on, she told me that she thought I was making her coffee because it kind of had that bitter coffee smell at first, but then she was like, something's burning. She came out and she's like, what are you doing? The microwave started smoking. She took it out and I was like, I was just trying to bake a cake. No big deal. I was just trying to bake a cake for everybody. I don't know, just have a sweet treat. It made the whole house smell completely terrible. We couldn't even stay there. It was a school morning, but I think I woke up at 5 or something to make this cake because I remember we left the house. We opened up all the windows and left the house and then had breakfast near a lake that we lived by until school started. Don't make a cake in the microwave unless you know what you're doing, because I know that there's a lot of those little cute tutorials for mug cakes. That's not what I was doing. Another stupid thing I can remember that I did with me and my brother. So we had this huge wraparound deck and the railing was kind of getting old and splintery and everything. So my dad decided to cut those down and put up new railing. But I was like, this is an opportunity for a show because all of the railing had been cut off the deck so it looked like a stage. And then my brother and I took the cut up pieces of railing and decided to use these as juggling batons or something. Let me tell you, I got so many splinters and so many bruises from trying to throw them up and catch them without even knowing how to juggle at all. We didn't use 3. We used 2 at a time. And mind you, we were also probably barefoot the whole time. So that was pretty stupid. Also kind of fun. Another stupid and kind of mean thing that I did as a kid, convinced my younger cousins that there was a black hole that was going to suck them into space. This was at a family reunion and I was probably about 10 or 11. So my younger cousins were probably about 4 or 5 years younger than us, and we convinced them that this black hole was coming from space and it was gonna suck them up and take them away. And we even went so far as to get this black trash bag and put it over some sort of stationary standing thing at this reunion cabin that we were all in and say, ooh, that was the black hole. But yeah, it was really kind of mean. To this day, my cousin still says that she was so scared and I felt so bad. So older cousins, be good to your younger cousins because they will remember things. Another stupid thing that I did as a kid was decide to be naughty and drink beer. Kids, don't do this. It's stupid. And the even stupider thing is the way I tried to do it. It was an unopened can left over at one of my brother's birthday parties. It was just in the cooler. So in my mind, I was thinking, if it's not open, if I don't pop the top and open it, then it's not that bad. So I took this can, threw it on the ground over and over and over again until it split a little bit and was spraying out, and I took a little lick. It wasn't even really that big. I felt so guilty and I got in a lot of trouble for it. So I promptly went to go to my diary, which I never really kept a diary, but every once in a while I would go and write in one, a journal or something. And I wrote, I am never drinking beer until I am 32. Which is kind of funny, but seriously, don't drink underage. Don't kill your brain cells. It's not worth it. And even though you might be the odd one out, people will respect you if you are respectable. So there's my little 2 cents about that. And the last thing I can think of for today is one time, this was probably when I was about 14 or so, we lived across the street from a national park, and it was like this big hill with a bunch of trees and everything. It was like this forest thing. It was really cool, actually. So one day, my dad decided to take me and my brother hiking up this hill, and this was in the high deserts, well, the forest area, the high forest area of California, but they also had like cactus and other things like that. Well, they had this thing called a yucca plant, and some of you guys might know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to show a picture right here just to let you guys know what I'm talking about. And they had these like fruit things. I remember it looking like an apple. Like, it didn't look like this. Like a little like Granny Smith apples, green. Maybe I was just seeing things, but I remember it looking like an apple. So I thought, I'm gonna go pick that apple and see if it tastes like an apple. But I didn't even get to it to figure that out because I got stabbed in the ankle by the little freaking pokey things at the base, and it hurt so bad. My whole ankle swelled up and I couldn't walk. Like, it hurt to even put pressure on my foot, and I had no idea like if it struck a nerve or something like that. I actually wound up recently looking it up and seeing if the yucca plant tips are poisonous or something. And I didn't find anything about them being poisonous, but if you get stabbed with one, then you might have like the risk of a staph infection. That could have been bad. I was sitting there screaming at my dad, like, help me, help me. I don't know what to do. This really hurts. I cannot walk. It's swelling up. I had to take off my shoe. And all my dad does is start laughing at me and saying like, what do you want me to do? We're out in the middle of nowhere. And he thought it was funny. So he screams at the top of his lungs, help! Knowing fairly well that no one is gonna hear us and nothing's gonna happen. So I just had to sit there and wait for the swelling to go down. Do not go reaching for some apple-shaped something or other if there's spiky freaking leaves at the base of the plant where you're reaching. I did not intend for this to become an instructional video on stupid things not to do, but I get 2 for 1 today. So that's all I can think of for today. I'm sure I have plenty of other stupid things I did as a kid, and maybe you guys do too. If you'd like to share them with me, please leave them in the comments. I would love to read about your stupid things so I don't feel so stupid myself. No, I would just love to hear your feedback and you know, join in the conversation, and let's just, you know, laugh about stupid things that we did as a kid and brush them off and learn from our mistakes and, you know, all that jazz. So if you like this video, like and subscribe down below. Don't forget to hit my little bell notification and use the hashtag #BowlOfQs over at Twitter if you want to ask me any questions. So that's all for now. I will see you guys next week. Bye!